Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from MouseSteps.com.
And this is episode number 563.
563.
Of MouseSteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. We just saw Becky, the owner of Mouse Fan Travel, MEI Travel, on the Disney Destiny, which is what we're going to be talking all about today. She was doing research along with some of her agents.
Always doing research.
Always doing research. Always cruising.
She's already on another cruise.
That's the one thing. She loves cruising. She loves to talk about cruising. But head to MEI and Mouse Fan Travel, not just for the Disney Destiny, but for other cruise ships, for Adventures by Disney, for Walt Disney World, Disneyland. They do it all.
And we have a very convenient link in the show notes. You can go right there and you can kind of build your own trip even. They have a very sophisticated website.
Yes, check that out.
So the cruise we were on was actually the Disney Destiny Christening cruise, and we're about to get into the whole christening festivities. But before, they had a little party, and this was sort of inside the terminal, which was actually very nice. And before everything started, they had heroes and villains. We're looking at some villains. I got to meet Dr. Facilier with his new look. First time I've met him in that look. And here is Cruella. I had a chance to meet her. Towards the end of the party, there was no lines for the characters, so it was kind of nice. It was a breeze. So as I said earlier, they had heroes, and then they switched to villains. Too crowded for the heroes, but I prefer the villains anyway.
I like the villains too. I would love to see a whole villain ship.
Well, this is as close as you're going to get right now.
So I just want to mention the Disney Destiny, the Maidens in just a few days on November 20th for 4 and 5 night cruises from Fort Lauderdale. So that's where we were.
Right.
In Fort Lauderdale. We took the Bright Line down. And right here we're looking at Josh D'Amaro. And we went outside and they had this almost a 20-minute ceremony.
Yeah, I was very happy. I had a nice spot up on the riser. I got a great video. I'm going to link to that in the show notes. And this is some official B-roll of that ceremony.
You got a great video,
I
though,
did.
too.
That's what I said. But I'm just kind of using this. I'm using a lot of B-roll because we just didn't have a lot of time. I have so much footage from all this. As you said, thousands of pictures, hours of video.
Right.
Have to put it all together, but just stay tuned. All of it will be out. There's quite a bit out already.
And as we're looking, we're seeing there's music and there's drones. And stateside, we don't see a lot of drones here stateside from Disney. And, like when we go to Disneyland Paris, like we're so used to seeing drones there. So, it was like a similar type of a thing, but live music. So we had Friends on the Other Side and The Circle of Life and other songs. And also here you see Maleficent's horns and projections on the side of the ship.
The whole thing was very entertaining. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And again, all the music corresponds to the various drones, but live, when we see drone shows in the past, and you and I have seen a lot of drone shows at this point, I've never seen one with live music. So that was a whole new element to this. Very exciting to kind of kick off the Disney Destiny.
And I couldn't see it to the extent that you did. So I'm just looking at this, and the projections look fantastic there.
And let's talk about the godmother of the Disney Destiny.
The godmother, Susan Egan, and here we are seeing a little bit of the Hercules section of the display. And Susan Egan was Megara in the animated Hercules.
And there she is. And we also had a chance to see her do some talking later on as well.
And here you can see the logo of the Disney Cruise Line ship. And we had this great Pier 66.
Wonderful.
Fantastic hotel.
Highly recommended.
Fantastic hotel. We had a balcony overlooking the Disney Destiny.
So after the celebration, we reboarded the ship, and I waited to see the Let's Set Sail show. And somebody kind of started things off with a bang here. It's Spider-Man at the beginning. So this was a new development, a surprise, but a very fun surprise. And you have Spider-Man kind of crashing the party on the Let's Set Sail show.
And this was much later than normal. Usually it's around 4:30 or so.
I've never seen it at night. So this was very unique and very exciting to have it a nighttime version, a late nighttime version.
And I was tired and heading to bed, because it was like 9:30 or something. It's like, that's like my bedtime or.
Well, I was excited. All this stuff had happened, the energy from the drone show, and now you couldn't keep me away. I actually got there early to get that front row spot, and it was worth it. It was really great. I love Let's Set Sail.
I enjoy
It's been stuck in my head ever since.
I enjoy the the music and the performances, and it really gets you like pumped to sail, right? I
Right.
mean,
But again, unique to the Disney Destiny, you
Right.
had Spider-Man. So I thought that was a lot of fun.
and here you have Bruno and I'm going to say Maribel and Princess Tiana. You had Captain Mickey and Captain Minnie. So really, so many different characters and Rapunzel and Flynn Rider.
This is by far my favorite sail away show. We first saw this on the Disney Wish, and then there's another version, slightly different on the Treasure, and now this one. And I like the fact that they kind of, well, at least on the Treasure, they used the storytellers. And I'm not sure if the storytellers were involved. I think they were, but I can't quite remember.
And they were really good.
We saw them a lot.
They were all over the ship. And I thought they were really they're such a fantastic addition to the cruise.
And the highlight of the Let Sail show is the official horn, the Disney
right.
Destiny sounding the horn. We heard that a number of times, which was awesome.
With various songs.
Right, including from Hercules.
Yes, Go the Distance.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the next thing. There's going to be a lot of different things that we're going to see, starting off with the overview here of the Disney Destiny. There's some aerial shots of the ship on the ocean there.
And of course, it's a sister ship to both the Disney Treasure and the Disney Wish. And I really like the Disney Treasure better than the Wish. And it really has pretty much the same feel to it. Like you really feel kind of like you're on the same ship,
It's kind of like
but
Treasure,
different.
the Treasure 2, almost.
That's what it feels.
Disney Destiny.
I mean, there's aspects of it that are
Like,
so similar.
The Grand Hall is very Marvel, obviously, with the
Right,
Black
that's-
Panther.
and that's different.
You have the superhero thing. It feels very Marvel-y to me.
And Minnie has her superhero outfit. I don't know why they don't put Mickey in a superhero outfit, but you did see Black Panther and Loki.
Thor and Loki,
right?
not Thor, Loki.
No Thor.
No Thor.
Lots of Loki. You saw lots of Loki around, as and some of the Black Panther as well.
Yeah, so that's kind of fun. If you're a Marvel fan, this is definitely the cruise for you. There's quite a few interactions that you don't even expect with the Marvel characters, including Spider-Man.
And also, if you like the Disney villains, so
Yes,
if you,
I love the Disney villains.
I mean, the one thing is, heroes and villains pretty much is the whole. It's all of the Disney characters.
But that's a
pretty
wide.
much.
That's a wide thing.
It's very wide. That's what I'm saying. It's everybody.
that's
right? So, except it's not necessarily Pixar because it's Disney. But so then you add in the Marvel.
So let's talk about the brand new show only on the Disney Destiny. It's Disney Hercules.
And this is debuting on the Disney Destiny, and it features the Muses singing and Hercules battling the Hydra.
Now that I got to interview the puppeteer, the Imagineering puppeteer, and I started off. Somebody was asking me on the ship, what did I think of the show? And I said, well, you're never going to believe this. They had a Hydra, and Hercules cuts the Hydra's head off, and then they grow back, and he cuts them off again, and then the Hydras eat Hercules, and he has to cut his way out. No, come on now. No, that really happened. It was unbelievable, and it really ended. I think the show started off a little slow for me, but it really made up towards the second act. Especially the end was a showstopper.
I will say, Pain and Panic are totally different than what you think of them.
A lot of the characters were different, but that doesn't mean bad. It's just
different.
Yeah, exactly.
So here we have the villains programming Under Her Spell, a Maleficent encounter.
I loved this. This was so much fun. I would have seen this again had we had time. We were really pressed for time because we were doing really everything you could do in a very short period of time, which we were successful in, but it was just boom, 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 boom. And some things were so good I would have liked to see them again, especially that. Now, this is one thing that we did not get to see. Dr. Facilier, they only took small groups, and he does like up-close magic for you. I heard it's fantastic, but the line was like 40 minutes, and I just couldn't fit it in. I had to be somewhere. And every time that I was hoping to do it, I'd wait in line, and I just ran out of time. So we'll have to go back.
We had a really tight schedule a lot of the time, so it isn't like we could just kind of make our own schedule.
Right.
So this is a Cruella de Vil, I believe, like a fashion show, and I was going to try to get to that, and I did not get to it. However, I did go to DeVille's and saw the Cruella show there, which was fantastic.
You were
really
raving
good
to me about that. We're looking at some of that right now. There is a
troublemaking with Cruella, and the storytellers are having Cruella, wants a new song, right? And so as she'll leave the room, and then we all made up a song and everything.
In
and
a
then
dance,
she
I
got
hear.
a
You
whole
had a
new
dance,
well, the Tom, right, the Tom Corliss.
I'd like to see that dance.
But it was really fun, right? I thought it was a really good time.
So, okay, we're still looking now. Neither of us had no, actually, you did get a chance to try some of the beverages, didn't you, in DeVille's?
Yeah, but I don't think I tried anything like I didn't really do cocktails on this trip. I did more like wine.
Okay, so you didn't have
yeah.
any. And
I saw them and they looked really nice, but I mostly stuck with wine and prosecco.
So I did a lengthy interview with the beverage host and showing all the different beverages. They're very, very impressively thought out, very creative. And of course, we'll have a standalone video for that. Let's move on to the Sanctum. We did have drinks in the Sanctum. I actually thought that the best drinks I had on the entire cruise were from the Sanctum.
It's a really nicely designed bar. This is where the Jungle Cruise one is on the Treasure. But it's very busy. It was very busy a lot of the time. So like it has trivia. I'm sure it has other things going on as well. And it was pretty much packed almost every time
We were
I
lucky
went
to
by.
find a spot,
Yes,
though, because the
when we got
drinks
the drink.
were fantastic. And it kind of reminded me of the Bleecker Street location at the Art of Marvel Hotel at Disneyland Paris. There was quite a bit of things that reminded me of the Art of Marvel, right, Disneyland Paris.
Well, when you went into one of the suites, which we're going to show, and
Yeah,
that
Iron
reminds
Man
me
suite.
quite a bit, very sleek, like Art of Marvel.
And you're taking a look at some of the drinks there and some of the displays, but again, very much like that.
And really, comfortable seating and everything, and just really, really nicely designed. And the drinks looked good. But we really had essentially two full days on the ship.
Right.
So we couldn't drink too much,
Now you see how this one is elevating here? It was actually floating in the air. That you can only get that though if you're sitting at the bar. Because I tried to order that at a table down a few steps, but that's at the bar only.
And they have these waffles you can purchase, and I thought that the waffle that I had was very nice.
Oh yeah, I had that sample as well. The
tasty.
waffles were
Yeah.
great, nice and hot, delicious. Okay, Cask and Cannon, Pirates of the Caribbean themed bar.
And it really is. So the one thing is, and what you told me is that this is also like a sports bar.
Yes.
So it's really well designed, but you might come in here and find you saw like.
Yeah, when I went in there later at night, the place was packed. It was hopping, but they had very loud. I think soccer was playing, and people were into. Everyone was watching. It was a big thing. So it was hard to really at that point enjoy the theming. But I'm so glad.
Pirates of the Caribbean theming.
Correct. So and the theming in there. Amazing. I'm gonna again. I did an interview with one of the Imagineers who explained all the hidden details, the Mark Davis artwork, all the different theming. And here in the B-roll, you're seeing Captain Jack. Now we did not see Captain Jack enter the bar,
right.
But if they're showing this, I'm sure that is something that does happen.
I like these small shows, the interactions with guests as much or more than sometimes the big shows.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
I really enjoy
it's more
those.
intimate.
Right.
So go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say Haunted Mansion Parlor, though, is the one bar that is completely immersive.
I have to mention the Cask and Cannon beer selections are the best on the ship. Like I like a lot of really good. I had their specialty beer, which I thought was excellent. They had I like the Belgian beer.
Right.
They had
They have
really
Orville, which is hard to find except
Trappist. That's a Trappist beer from Belgium. So it was nice to have that deep selection of really good, some of the best beers in the world.
Just like on the Treasure.
The
Treasure also has that.
But if you like rum, they certainly have you covered. All sorts of cocktails. All right. Pride Lands. We're looking at the show, the Lion King show here, and here you have the band playing. We were a little bit farther in our seats. So
we were in the very back, so right. I didn't really see the show. However, I don't think there was really too much to see. It would have been nice to have like puppets and such coming out to guests, just
more
like
interactive, like some of the other shows. Because if you were on the outskirts, there wasn't much.
The food was excellent.
Best food
Better
of any of those
the dinner shows.
Right.
I thought by far.
I agree. Edna Modes. Now we're looking at Edna Modes. We're going to get some sweet treats, which you had a chance to do.
I did. I had a little bit of gelato. So they have, and these are for purchase, gelato. They have little cupcakes, themed items, macarons, just cookies.
And you saw the little Vanellope style vehicle. I think it's probably themed after The Incredibles for this one.
And I tried the bubblegum. It wasn't really my favorite bubblegum flavor. Like, I'd probably go with more like a chocolate next time if I did it. So, I mean, there's plenty of choices.
Yeah,
if you're looking,
I would say, look at this. If you can't find something you like here, you must have a big problem.
But you can also get like treats like ice cream and stuff all over the ship.
All right, youth spaces. We actually had a tour of this area as we have on the other ships. We didn't get a chance to go down that slide. I don't know if that would have been a good idea anyway.
And really, we only went into the Disney's Oceaneer Club.
Yeah, but
that
we had seen the other
right. Last
locations.
time we saw some of the other spaces, not all of them. But they really have, the one thing that Disney has done since they started the cruise line in 1998 is make amazing spaces for kids, and they've just gotten more themed with these ships.
Yeah, I mean, we had a chance to see all this with media in there without kids, and I had a chance to talk to Spider-Man. I had a chance to talk to the Black Panther. They showed me around. They did a whole show with Rey here, and Chewbacca also had that. So we're going to have videos of all of this coming up.
Well, you have like Marvel Superhero Academy, you have Star Wars Cargo Bay, then Fairy Tale Hall, which is where Rapunzel was.
We met Rapunzel in there.
Yeah, and you have like the Imagineering area. Like, it really is amazing.
Can you imagine if you were a kid?
Of course, I would love
able to go into the Imagineering lab? I don't think you'd get me out of there.
That would have been my favorite space as a kid. That's the type of thing I really liked.
Oh, of course, absolutely. I think that's what kind of got us into all this back then. And as you mentioned earlier, there is Rapunzel. We had a chance to talk to Rapunzel, and I will link that little interaction also once I get that posted.
Like when I was probably a young teenager, I did essentially like classes in the Magic Kingdom. They had, like sort of an educational aspect. So my parents kind of put me into that. And I think it was just like a day or two, but it was really
good. But it's
good.
great you got to do that.
Yeah.
And this is amazing. You get to design your own Big Thunder and then sit in it and actually ride it.
Just
what
like
you've done.
Disney Quest used to do.
Amazing.
Or similar.
That's right.
Similar.
That's right. That was, it's again, I would love the chance to go and spend a little more time in here, but can you imagine? Just amazing. Okay, accommodations. I think we're going to start with our room first. Yep, this is the rug, and this is our room we had, which is that on the 10th floor, 10088.
We had a deluxe ocean view stateroom with veranda. It's very spacious. We've had these several times now with a private balcony. It's, a little bigger than the regular ocean view stateroom. It's more for families, up to 5 guests, and it's also up to 284 square feet, including the balcony.
This really spoils us, though, because when we do our own cruises,
we
we
go
just
with
get the
smaller
regular
one.
And I mean, it is so much nicer to have that little extra room, But I understand there's a bunk bed that could pull down, so it's really for 4, but just for the 2 of us, it's plenty.
Up to 5.
Up to 5, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah, that's
this
right.
is a
That's
Baymax
right.
theme as well.
Yeah, I love that. I'm so glad we got Baymax. Was a really cool theme.
It's really nice to have the extra space, especially when we're bringing all our gear.
We had way too much stuff.
Yeah,
way too much.
For the cruises, yes. Like when we go to France, I always pack extremely light.
That's true. Much less to go to France than a 3-night cruise.
Yeah, the closer that we get to home, and plus we had another event as well
immediately
to go to.
After, right?
Yes, so we actually packed for 6 nights. So it was really nice. They gave us a gift bag. And this
lots of goodies. There was a hat in there, some ears, nice towel.
That was really nice.
Various gifts throughout the cruise, so thank you for that.
And we're just looking. They have like a beverage cooler, and then a little more artwork.
Right. So no, I was very happy with the room. It was perfect location. 10th floor is great because you could just walk up one to eat at Marceline. So it was very convenient. Convenient for everything.
And now we're looking at another room that features the Mulan. So, there's a variety of different themes, just like there are, on the other cruise ships.
And here's the Hercules one, of course.
Right. And so it's really nice to enter the room. We didn't know what we were. I don't think we knew what we would get when we arrived. And here is, you can see those bunk beds. we're just looking at different types of rooms, but we went into an inside stateroom. We went into...
Yeah, we're going to have lots of room tours coming up once I get those edited.
So far, I've never stayed in anything but a balcony in all these years since 1998, so far.
Did you figure out what this style room is?
Well, you said that you did a royal suite.
Yeah, okay, so this is we're looking at the royal suite here. This is kind of fun where the tub is, and you have a button that will make that ocean view go away, so you have a little privacy.
And this looks like the Incredibles royal suite.
Yes.
There's also a Hercules one, up to 6 guests, up to 1,759 square feet, including a balcony, which is a private balcony with a whirlpool spa. I would personally prefer this style, a royal, to the tower suite.
Oh, I agree, absolutely.
Because of that balcony, for me.
And just for, I like the jacuzzi. Like
right,
big
the whirlpool, like to be able
outside.
to go out onto your own balcony and be able to use a whirlpool spa.
Having a bath and looking out and seeing the
that
ocean
would be amazing.
Or a shower, I mean, that is amazing.
This would be, I remember when we saw it on the Treasure, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is such a great...
Now we are looking at this is now the Iron Man funnel suite.
And they call it Marvel Inspired, the tower suite. 2-story suite, private elevator, 2-story windows, 2,000 square feet, concierge access also, private elevator. And this reminds me of the Hotel New York, Art of Marvel, as well as Disneyland Paris.
Totally.
Quite a lot as far as that sleekness. And it's really, these are really nice, obviously, suites. But the other one, with the balcony, I would go for.
So returning favorites, of course, the Haunted Mansion Parlor. We had a nice time in there. They had 2 brand new tiki mugs, so we were able to try those. The mugs were great. The drinks, not so much. I preferred the drinks in other locations. I would stick with beer at the Haunted Mansion Parlor.
I will say I love this space. It's completely immersive. We didn't have a lot of time in here. We just didn't have that much time.
But we had so much time in here on the Treasure.
Oh, of course we did. On the Treasure, we were in here all the time.
Every night.
When we had time, we did.
This is my favorite themed location in any themed bar, I guess, in any place in the world. The only thing that comes close is the Beacon Barrel for me.
I was going to say Trader Sam's, no?
No. The Trader Sam's is a far third.
I do like Trader Sam's, but this is
nothing
my...
compares to this. The Haunted Mansion Parlor, second to none. It's
No, I totally agree. I love the Haunted Mansion Parlor.
If we were there longer, we would have spent much time in there.
If we were on a 4 or 5 night cruise. So here we saw the Aquamouse, which has the Evil Queen scar. It's a new, what do you call it? New
theme.
New theme,
new
yes.
Story.
New story.
We also saw it 1923, which we had lunch at twice, and it was really great. I mean, some of the best meals on our cruise.
2 different meals. Like they had 2 menus.
Back to back.
And we did dine in Worlds of Marvel, which I thought was, the food was pretty good. And I thought, though, Lion King was the best really excellent food.
Of those dining room meals.
And we met Hero Minnie. She was outside for the media event.
Exclusive to the Disney Destiny. I love Hero Minnie, and they gave us plushes of Hero Minnie and Hero Mickey.
So why don't we have a Hero Mickey?
And I think there are other hero characters, too, in the toys anyway.
Oh, I haven't seen.
Yeah, so we need to find out if any of these exist as actual
No,
characters.
I don't think so. I think it is just Hero Minnie. So it would be nice to see Mickey, don a hero outfit, though.
So it is the saddest time of the cruise. It is the farewell show.
See you real soon, or
well, this is actually something else.
Destiny. I forgot the name.
The name of it.
Oh, is it Destiny? Destiny Discovered?
Destiny Discovered.
No, don't
something
say,
like that.
Something like that.
It's the farewell.
I don't have it.
It's the finale. Everybody comes out.
I always think see you real soon.
But this is always kind of nostalgic fun because you see all the characters that you met throughout the cruise for one last goodbye. So it's sad, but it's also exciting. It was really a good show too. There was more of a story to it. You had Loki appear and kind of break into it as he's been doing the whole cruise, and of course
there's
you had
a lot
the
of Loki.
storytellers.
Loki's all over the place.
Loki is all over the place. But a great finale to a great cruise. So let's kind of wrap it up. What is your final thoughts on the Disney Destiny?
It has obviously very much a feel of the Treasure, which I really liked more than the Wish. And what I really like on the Disney Destiny is the villains.
Mm-hmm.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite part.
Yeah, I thought the entertainment on this ship was maybe the best entertainment of any of the Wish class. Certainly, this is right up there with the Treasure for me as my favorite Disney Cruise Line ship. Treasure or Destiny would be my top two.
Well, my favorite ship is probably still the Fantasy, but maybe the Treasure also, because that was the one that the Haunted Mansion Parlor.
Right, the first time we got to experience it.
But I really, again, I like the aspect with the villains. I would like to see more villains even on another ship.
And I'm sure maybe there are if you do the full cruise, the 4-night.
Right.
I mean, this was very quick.
We can only talk about, what we experienced, and because it was a christening also, that first day we did some open houses, but then we were off the ship for many hours.
Right.
So it really was a couple days, and even like everything was different, right? So even like Castaway Cay, they didn't have the food open this time, and because we showed up late, and I did take a couple hours out onto Castaway Cay because I love it. Yeah, it was nice to have
Any chance
it.
you have a chance to go to Castaway.
And you came out after you did the
I did a
you
panel.
did the panel
right.
for us. But I just love Castaway Cay.
I'm glad we did get a chance to step foot on there and enjoy some beautiful day, beautiful weather, and a great time. So that wraps it up. That's another show. I will say we're going to have much more coming up on the Disney Destiny. There's lots more. We have a playlist with a ton of videos, all the entertainment, interviews, and there's going to be a lot more coming. We have a ton of content.
Yes.
So, again, that is another show. We want to thank our sponsor, MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel.
Head to their website, fill out that no obligation quote, whether you're going on the Disney Destiny, the Disney Treasure, Disney Fantasy, or any place else in the world, including especially Disney.
And great news.
And cruises. What?
Great news. We are on for another year of MEI Mouse Fan Travel. And this year, I promise, we're finally going to make it happen. We'll have Becky on. We've been talking about that all year. We just haven't been able to make our schedules work. We're going to make it. We're going to make it work.
We've been busy all the time.
We're going to make it work, and I look forward to that. So now we are off tomorrow to Disneyland for a week of Christmas time, holiday time at Disneyland, my favorite place for the holidays.
I do love it, but it's up there with
I know
Disneyland Paris.
I know you're going to say Disneyland
But
Paris.
we just spent, so much time in Disneyland Paris for Halloween, so especially for cost purposes, we're heading out to California. Plus, Disneyland does an amazing holiday season, Christmas.
I can't wait. I can't wait to enjoy it. So, thanks again for listening. Have a great week. We will see you all next week, and happy holidays.
Have a great week.